Anfield is in a state of absolute chaos. While IraOola makes a bold new signings pledge to the fans, Liverpool have just watched a top target join Manchester United, and a £74 million contract crisis is threatening to see Virgil van Dijk and Alisson walk away for free. Is the IraOola era over before it's even begun, or is a £50 million Portuguese pure talent about to save our season? Stay tuned, because the news coming out of Anfield Central today is massive. Salah replacement, Liverpool close in on £50 million pure talent to lead the attack. Is a former Wolves flop really the man to replace the legendary Mohamed Salah, or have Liverpool's scouts discovered a pure talent that the rest of the Premier League has completely overlooked? The search for a new wide forward has taken a dramatic turn, with reports from Portugal suggesting the Reds are now at the top of the list to sign Sporting CP's Francisco Trincao. This comes at a time of massive upheaval, with Salah's contract terminated and a desperate need for fresh blood on the wings. Why now? Because the market is moving fast, and our primary targets like Yan Diomande are being slapped with eye-watering £87 million price tags. Liverpool need quality, but they also need value. Trincao, who struggled during a loan spell at Molineux where he only scored twice, has completely reinvented himself in Lisbon under Ruben Amorim. He's no longer the shy youngster, he's a complete player with stats that demand attention. The tension is palpable among the fan base. Some see Trincao as a massive downgrade from Salah, a player who has already failed once in England. Others argue that he is the pure talent IraOola needs to implement his aggressive front foot style. The conflict is clear. Do we spend big on a proven superstar, or do we trust the data and go for a £50 million redemption story? The facts are compelling. Trincao has amassed 98 goal involvements in 208 matches for Sporting, including 47 goals. Liverpool are reportedly closest to triggering his £50 million release clause, because Sporting need to sell before they can buy. With Federico Chiesa also potentially on his way out, the vacancy on the right wing is officially open for business. The honest take? Trincao is a proper footballer, but the Wolves flop tag will haunt him until he produces at Anfield. He's a risk, but at £50 million in this market, he's a calculated one. He has the technical ability, but does he have the oomph to survive the Premier League's physical demands this time around? Let us know. Is Trincao a brilliant bargain or a sign of declining ambition? Liverpool transfer news. Curtis Jones's teammate confirms conversations over Inter move. Could Curtis Jones be the next Liverpool star heading for the exit door? Fresh comments from Federico Chiesa have added a fascinating twist to the midfielder's future, with Inter Milan continuing to monitor the situation closely. The Italian giants were heavily linked with Jones during the January transfer window, but Liverpool refused to consider a deal midway through the season. Now, with the summer window open and a new era beginning under IraOola, Inter have reportedly revived their interest. Recent reports claimed that Inter sporting director Piero Ausilio held discussions with Liverpool chief Richard Hughes regarding a possible move. While nothing has been agreed, speculation surrounding Jones has continued to grow. Now Chiesa has provided perhaps the strongest hint yet that conversations are taking place behind the scenes. Speaking to La Gazzetta dello Sport, the Liverpool winger revealed that Jones has been asking him about life in Italy. Chiesa admitted the midfielder was curious about what it is like to live and play there. The Italian international even joked that the weather is better than Liverpool, before describing the city as a special place. More importantly, Chiesa openly praised his teammates' quality, saying Jones is technically excellent and that Inter are right to be interested in him. Those comments are sure to spark debate among Liverpool supporters, especially with Jones approaching a crucial stage of his career. The academy graduate made 49 appearances during the 2025-26 season and remained an important squad member despite Liverpool's disappointing campaign. However, he is now entering his final year of his contract, a situation that could force Liverpool to make an important decision if a serious offer arrives. Before any decision is made, though, Jones is expected to speak with IraOola and understand exactly where he fits into the new manager's plans. Interestingly, Chiesa's own future at Anfield also appears uncertain. The winger admitted he is prepared to evaluate his options after struggling for regular playing time during the last 2 seasons. Despite making 36 appearances last season, Chiesa started only 5 matches and made it clear that he wants a much bigger role moving forward. He admitted that if consistent opportunities are not available in the Premier League, he may have to look elsewhere. Chiesa also confirmed he plans to join Liverpool's pre-season tour in the United States before holding talks with both the club and IraOola about his future. At 28 years old, the former Juventus star knows regular football is essential if he wants to return to his very best level. For Liverpool, this summer could bring major decisions involving not just one player, but several key members of the squad, as IraOola begins shaping his new-look team. What would you do, Reds fans? Keep Curtis Jones and build around him, or accept a big offer from Inter Milan if one arrives? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool news.
IraOola arrives, the gaffer's bold new signings pledge and the Arne Slot truth revealed. Can a man who's only ever coached at the level of the Europa League truly handle the sheer magnitude of the Anfield hot seat? Or are we looking at a gamble that could define the next decade of Liverpool Football Club? It's the question every Red is asking as the Andoni IraOola era officially kicks off. The Spaniard has just put pen to paper on a 2-year deal, stepping into the massive void left by Arne Slot, who was ruthlessly sacked just 1 week ago, despite steering the club back into the Champions League places. The context here is vital, because we aren't just changing a manager, we're changing an entire philosophy after a season that was described as dismal, despite a 5th place finish. Slot's departure was sudden. He only found out on a Saturday morning, and he leaves behind a squad that feels both elite and broken. IraOola comes in with the momentum of a 19-game unbeaten streak at Bournemouth, but he's trading the South Coast for a club where the demands are massive, and the Champions League is the bare minimum. The drama lies in the contract itself, a short 2-year deal. IraOola claims this keeps him motivated, but it also leaves the club in a precarious position if things don't click immediately. He's walking into a dressing room where the Slot sacking is still being processed, and where the hierarchy, led by Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, holds all the cards regarding who stays and who goes. Looking at the facts, IraOola is already making moves to win over the supporters. He's been clear that he has analysed this squad's strengths and weaknesses extensively. In a brilliant bit of man management, he's declared that every current player is a new signing to him, signalling a clean slate for those who struggled under the previous regime. He's also reunited with Milos Kerkez, a player he developed into a star at Bournemouth, suggesting he knows exactly how to get the best out of the talent already at the pitch. My honest take, it's a proper risk-reward scenario. IraOola's football is high intensity and exciting, but a 2-year deal feels like the club is hedging its bets. If he doesn't get a tune out of the new signings immediately, the pressure will be unbearable. Is IraOola the tactical genius we need, or just a stopgap for a bigger name down the road? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you backing the Spaniard, or should we have stuck with Slot? Bayern rejected. Rio Numoha drops bombshell on Liverpool future. Would you walk away from the biggest club in the world to join the German giants, or would you stay and fight for your place under a new gaffer who's promised a clean slate for everyone? The 17-year-old sensation Rio Numoha has found himself at the centre of a massive tug-of-war, with Bayern Munich reportedly making personal phone calls to convince him to move to the Bundesliga. They see him as the ultimate heir to Luis Diaz, who already made the jump from Anfield to Munich last season. The context is crucial. Numoha was one of the few bright sparks in an otherwise disastrous second season for Arne Slot.
Slot. While Slot was often criticised for his reluctance to blood the youngsters, Numoha's raw pace and flair injected life back into the Kop. With Salah gone and the squad in flux, losing our brightest academy prospect now would feel like a betrayal of the club's values. The drama reached a fever pitch on Friday night when it was revealed that Numoha was Bayern's #1 target after they missed out on Anthony Gordon. The tension is real. If the pathway from the academy to the first team is blocked, why would any young star stay? However, the player himself might have already settled the debate, with his own words potentially leaving the Bavarians empty-handed. The facts are these. Numoha has publicly stated that Liverpool for me are the biggest club in the world and praised the belief the manager and players